all eyes on the ETH Bitcoin ratio. Ratio talk.
Get me hot and flustered.
I know you're excited about that one, all right? Bitcoin price, what's happening?
Bitcoin
yawn.
Flat on the week, a little bit up on the week. Started the week at $54,000, hit a high of $59,000. Currently at $57,000, up about 3 to 4% on the week.
How about ETH? How's ETH tracking?
ETH doing great. Started the week at $4,400, hit a low of $4,000 right at the bottom of that COVID Omicron scare, but then hit a high of $4,780 and is now clocking in at $4,500 right now, and currently is up 8% on the week.
Bitcoin flat, but ETH going up. That has some ripple effects. That means all eyes continue to be on the ETH Bitcoin ratio, because that is doing things we haven't seen in a while.
Yeah, so the ratio hit a new high for the first time in over 3 years. The ratio started the week at 0.075 and hit a high of 0.083. 0.083 and is currently coming in at 0.08. Overall up 8% on the week. We have not seen these levels of the ETH BTC ratio since 2017. When the ETH BTC ratio hits new highs, to me, this is what I tweeted out. The ETH BTC ratio is the bull market signal. When ETH goes up versus Bitcoin, it's a signal of the bull market is ongoing. I'm saying that I think this is going to indicate a stronger continuation of the bull market into the future. A lot of the ETH people, myself included, are talking about, man, if the ETH BTC ratio can just jump from like 0.08 to 0.1, like the flippening becomes real close. There is very little price discovery in Bitcoin terms above these levels right now. Breaking a 3-year all-time high is a really big deal, and there's not much more left before Ether actually breaks the complete and full all-time high, which it just like in a flash of a pan claimed in 2017.
We haven't been at this point in the ratio for very many days either, right?
Yeah.
Because when in 2017, it's kind of the ratio spiked above where it is right now. That was relatively brief.
It's a flash.
Like we're talking days, right? That's pretty remarkable. The other remarkable thing about this chart, David, is look at this trough of disillusionment between the end of 2018 and I guess the end of 2020. Where it was like Bitcoin season. It was like Bitcoin maximalist.
Bitcoiners were like down, everything's down only versus Bitcoin.
That's what they said. And that was the narrative. And I think the thing about narratives is a lot of people sort of get biased by the most recent narrative and sort of project that, extrapolate that forward. And so because that was the most popular narrative, everything was bleeding against Bitcoin. The idea was nothing aside from Bitcoin would ever appreciate or ever retain value. So what's interesting is the long, I guess, crawl through this trench, this trough of disillusionment, and then the spike up, right? Like we are well above where we were, and this feels like, I guess what I'm saying is it's a strong recovery on the Bitcoin ratio. So this is primed to do something and possibly continue increasing.
If you grow and just zoom all the way out from 2016 to 2022, where we are now, it is a solid upwards trend. It went up real fast from 2016 to 2017 and 18, because that's when like Ether had this very early ICO mania that was completely unsustainable. And then that just flashed, just like, leveled off for the next like 2 years. But after that, in 2020, like it started to climb again, and overall has been painting this very up and to this right trend versus Bitcoin its entire lifespan. And this is why people were talking about the flippening before Ethereum actually had its first block mined. Ryan, I did some TA actually. I'm not really much of a TA person, but if you want to go onto the tweet that I followed this up, there it is. Yeah, it's a solid green arrow up and to the right.
This is fantastic. This is the kind of quality TA that Bankless subscribers sign up for here.
That's exactly right.
Like this never happened in history. Just like why we're talking about this so much is Bitcoin has never been flippened in the history of Bitcoin. It is the OG coin. And so if this does happen, the entire world will be talking about it.
The entire world knows Bitcoin as crypto. But when something else takes the #1 spot, people will reconsider what it means to be crypto.
Absolutely. So that will ripple out. And I think that's definitely something to watch. David, we are preparing some of our predictions for 2022 as well. I know on Bankless, we're going to publish this toward the end of the month. I'm wondering if one of your predictions is going to be a flippening in 2022. Are you going to call that?
Oof. I think it's a greater than 50% chance. Yeah.
So do I.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So do I.
It's really hard to have conviction about the ETH BTC ratio, and predicting the flippening is also really, really hard. But man, we're just
predicting when it's going to happen is the hard part, right?
Yes.
It's like, okay, well, if you predict it, I will say I'm not so sure, and I won't predict it, and that way one of us is right, and that way Bankless is always right. That's how we maintain it. That's why there's two of us.
This is true.
Ether on exchanges hitting a 3-year low. So as the ratio, the ETH to Bitcoin ratio hits a 3-year high, we're seeing a low on the amount of ETH on exchanges. And that's bullish. Why is that bullish, David?
Because if any institution or any like newcomer wants to buy Ether, they got to do it on exchanges. And so the lower of ETH supply on exchanges, the more a dollar has on the impact of ETH price when it is bought on exchanges. And so this is just going into any sort of just new inflows has outsized impact upon ETH price. Bullish. I'm really bullish.
Also bullish on going bankless as well. It's like more of this ETH becomes non-custodial, the better for the bankless journey.
Hey, we hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, head over to Bankless HQ right now to develop your crypto investing skills and learn how to free yourself from banks and gain your financial independence. We recommend joining our daily newsletter, podcast, and community as a Bankless Premium subscriber to get the most out of your Bankless experience. You'll get access to our market analysis, our alpha leaks, and exclusive content, and even the Bankless token for airdrops, raffles, and unlocks. If you're interested in crypto, the Bankless community is where you want to be. Click the link in the description to become a Bankless Premium subscriber today. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for in-depth interviews with industry leaders, Ask Me Anythings, and weekly roll-ups where we summarize the week in crypto and other fantastic content. Thanks everyone for watching and being on the journey as we build out the Bankless Nation.